Hello everyone, it's Mr. Wolf here, and in this video I'm going to be introducing your task for Thursday, November 18th. All right, so we are starting our new unit on free fall and hang time. All right, the great thing about this unit is it is a review unit. It is purposely a review unit. So there are no new skills to learn. A few new interesting skills or physics concepts, not skills, but physics concepts about free fall and hang time, but the exact same skills. The purpose is to have that one last culminating summative before we end the semester, and then if you still need additional evidence, you would take another cumulative exam at during finals week. All right. Just as a heads up, the new Unit 4 website's up. You could get the packet. You should be able to. You should have picked it up yesterday. Should be able to pick it up in class in case the packet is on the website. And then you should have picked up the first semester sense-making skills today as well, but that is also on the website. All right, just as a heads up, our next summative, it's gonna be a review summative on graphs and explanations. All right, that's gonna be on Tuesday, November 30th, which is the second day after Thanksgiving. So there's a little bit of time, but also just want you to be cognizant of it, especially with Thanksgiving break coming up and not a whole lot of school days in between. But there's a lot of time for you to review for this. All right, so today's task is I want you to watch this video and complete this page right here, which is really just the top page, all right? And then after that, complete pages 3, 4. 5 is on energy. We just took a summative on that. Don't worry about 5, so it's just gonna be pages 3 and 4 in the new Unit 4 packet. All right, so this worksheet right here is, I just made this, and what it's supposed to be is essentially a target sheet that you could use for this unit. It's got the skills for sense making, whether it's interpreting data, constructing explanations, and constructing explanations. The main ideas, the main concepts that you need to interpret graphs, to construct explanations with energy are all on this one page. So this is one of your best friends during this unit. Here you don't need to fill anything out unless you want to fill out what forces are which, all right? Which actually I would recommend doing. Here there's nothing you need to fill out, but this top page, we want to just recall what parts of the graph tell us direction of motion, constant or changing, velocity, or increasing or decreasing speed. So I'm not going to go right out and tell you, but I'm going to give you some hints right here because it's been a while. So our parts of the graphs that we could use: y-intercept, quadrants, slope, data points, and remember our slope could be constant or it could be changing. And if it's a changing slope, we could be increasing our slope or decreasing our slope. So for initial position, right, for an x versus time graph or a velocity versus time graph, it's really just going to be, well, for initial position, it's going to be on this part of the graph. So we can think about what part of the graph that is. All right. Direction of motion for an x versus t graph, well, I'll say all these objects are going to the right. If I have a line like this, like this, like this, like that, all right, all these objects would be going to the right. So think again, what part of the graph tells you that? All these objects would be going to the left. All right. Right here, in terms of constant and changing motion, well, all of these objects would be going at a constant speed. All right. And all these objects would be going at a changing speed. All right. Here, in terms of increasing speed, these objects would be decreasing speed. All these objects would be decreasing speed. So think about that pattern with all of these lines right here. And then if I'm increasing speed, I could be going like that. I could be going like that. All right. Another example is here. So think about what's happening in the graph in terms of increasing speed here with these lines. All right. For a velocity versus time graph, in terms of initial velocity, all right, it's just my velocity at time 0. All right. So again, think about what part of the graph that is. If I have direction of motion, an object that's traveling to the right, this could be an object traveling to the right. This could be an object traveling to the right. This could be an object traveling to the right. If I'm going to the left, this could be an object going to the left, to the left, to the left. Those are all examples. And if I'm constant or changing, this would be an example of constant, 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 and changing. This could be changing velocity, changing velocity, changing velocity, changing velocity. All right. And then lastly, if I'm speeding up or slowing down, I recommend you could always draw this thing right here if that helps you, right? But objects that would be speeding up, right, would be like this, would be like this. Objects that would be slowing down would be like this, would be like this, all right? So I'm purposely being very vague about parts of graph. So it's your job, All right, maybe using some of these as hints to go back and say like, okay, what part of the graphs tell us, all right, our types of motion right here. So once you finish that, I'm gonna have you guys work on page 3 and 4 of the packet. It's gonna, page 3 is going over graphs, all right, for an object that's falling. So think about if an object is in free fall, if it's falling, all right, the only thing that's really acting on it is gravity. So think about if it's going to be, just intuitively, is it going to be increasing speed, constant speed, decreasing speed if you're falling through the air? And we're going to ignore air resistance, right? By the way, on the top of page 3 and the top of page 4, there's like these fill in the blanks things. Don't do the fill in the blanks things. Just answer the questions. So again, no fill in the blank things. Thanks for watching. Good luck today.